For the Air Force Association in Virginia, this is your AFA Daily Report.
Most Air Force recruits with COVID-19 show no symptoms. The Air Force is relying on testing early and often to curb the new coronavirus's spread at basic military training, even as the majority of recruits who test positive are asymptomatic. About 200 airmen in basic military training have tested positive for the coronavirus in the past 4 months, totaling around 2% of the Air Force's basic military training recruits, 2nd Air Force Commander Major General Andrea D. Tullo said. 60% of those who tested positive showed no symptoms while infected, a staggering number compared to the Army, which reported just 1.8% of asymptomatic cases among basic combat trainees. All infected airmen have returned to training without needing hospitalization.
Air Force Academy confirms new COVID-19 cases. An undisclosed number of Air Force Academy cadets who went back to campus over the summer, including some from the class of 2024, have tested positive for the new coronavirus, the school confirmed to Air Force Magazine on July 8. If any cadets test positive for or show symptoms of COVID-19, or if they had contact with someone carrying the virus, U.S. Air Force Academy responds in accordance with the Academy's quarantine and isolation plan, with guidance from our public health professionals, Academy spokesperson Mike Slater said. "We expected positive cases and are carrying out our plan," he said. Details of the plan were not releasable by press time. However, a request for proposals issued by the school on July 6, which was first reported by the Colorado Springs Indy, suggests that the plan may involve moving some cadets to area hotels in order to create more social distance within living spaces.
Drug busts grow as more aircraft deploy to SOUTHCOM. U.S. Southern Command has seized more than 122 tons of cocaine since April as America uses more surveillance aircraft to crack down on regional counter-narcotics operations, Defense Secretary Mark T. Esper said July 10. The federal government has deployed 75% more intelligence collection and target tracking planes, like the Air Force E-3 AWACS, E-8C Joint STARS, and MC-12 Liberty, to SOUTHCOM in the past 3 months than it has in typical drug interdiction missions. They are accompanied by 65% more Navy and Coast Guard ships than normally participate in drug busts, Esper said during a visit to SOUTHCOM headquarters in Florida with President Donald J. Trump.
Japan's F35 buy advances to Congress as Tokyo presses ahead with FX. Japan has gotten a green light from the State Department to buy 105 more F-35s in 2 variants, which will make that country the largest operator of the Lightning II outside the U.S. The news comes the same week Japan's defense ministry informed the country's legislature that it will move ahead with its own 6th-generation fighter, which bears a strong resemblance to the Air Force F-22.
General Electric's F-15EX engine contract includes 19 power plants. The Air Force's first batch of engines for the F-15EX will number 19 power plants, 16 installs and 3 spares, Air Force Materiel Command said. The number of engines was withheld when the engine contract to General Electric was announced last month. The 3 spares constitute a 20% spare factor, which is lower than in previous F-15 buys due to increasing engine reliability.
Lewis to perform duties of Undersecretary for Research and Engineering. The Pentagon is expected to name the acting Undersecretary of Defense for Research and Engineering as early as July 13, with the department's current Director of Defense, Research, and Engineering for Modernization to perform the duties in the interim. Michael D. Griffin, who held the position since December 2017, stepped down, with his last day in the Pentagon on July 10. For now, Mark J. Lewis will be performing the duties of the Undersecretary, but will not be acting, a Pentagon spokesman said.
Virtual events, Rubin on Mitchell's Nuclear Deterrence Forum, and more. On July 14, the Air Force Association's Mitchell Institute for Aerospace Studies will host a nuclear deterrence forum featuring Uzi Rubin, former director of the Israel Missile Defense Organization. Event video will tentatively be posted on Mitchell's website and YouTube page after the event.
End of transmission.